Alright, g'day everyone. Welcome. Might kill that song, eh? Oh no, it's gone itself. Hope everyone's well. Welcome to Tuesday. A couple of big moves in the market. Before we do start, folks, the usual standard disclaimer. It says everything is for educational purposes only, and that you are responsible for your own decisions, trading decisions. By continuing to view our stream, you agree to these conditions. Alright, so some big moves in the yen currency over just before the Bank of Japan. I dropped the link, or I dropped the news in the chat just before so we could see that. So let's have a look at the macros. So the S&P 500 daily chart, we're expecting this to continue down, which we've got. Got some key levels through here that we want to observe. So we can see 50% right at, a little bit of slowing momentum here. So wouldn't be surprised. Wouldn't be surprised to see just a little bit of a pullback in here. But the trend is now down on the daily, so we have to respect that. You can see we've also broken the channel as well. So not ideal for equities. Just when we thought it was going to break through here. But look, you know, we have had a reasonable sort of move. But let's have a look at the weekly, just out of interest. So the weekly we spoke about before, or once before, 50% level right here. So you can see it's right on it there. And also this head and shoulders through here with the neckline through there. My projection down, the 100% target of it right here. So I've tagged it beautifully. But you can see we're still in this, you know, this corrective. We spoke about this the other day. Look at the smooth, steady state trending price action. But then look at the chop, you know, that we get here. So we get some decent, but then, you know, look at the overlapping. So, but look at it as a whole. All right, so you can see we're still in a corrective. But, you know, it can go on and on and on. So look at the time taken to achieve this, and look at the time taken to get where we are now. All right, so we're certainly chewing up, you know, a decent amount of time, whereas, you know, look at the move through here, look at the move through here. Very quick. Hard to trade in this environment if you're an equities trader. So my own swing trades, probably one of the least profitable years for probably 5-6 years. Still profitable, but just, you know, gains are sort of hard to come by. Got to be very nimble, very quick. So where's the anchor? The anchor's actually here on the weekly, so we're actually up. Still uptrending on the weekly. There's the uptrend anchor now. So that was the downtrend anchor. This is the uptrend anchor. So until we breach that. However, the daily was breached through here. But you can see we're still respecting, you know, this channel line through here. You can see it got respected there. Then we had this little false bit of enthusiasm and then power. So always try and zoom out and look at the bigger picture. NASDAQ. So yes, price acceptance short. Excuse me. The Dow. Yes. The Dow Jones, we said yesterday, look for some shorts. So we had this 5-wave down, and we were looking for the pullback in here. So I don't know whether anybody found anything in there. We're able to get short. So there was a very, so there's the 60-minute anchor. Very sort of sloppy pullback in here. Best entry probably would have been sought in somewhere here. Enough room, so that was a winner. Euro stocks, very similar. So we liked the DAX short too, didn't we? We had the big move on the VIX, breaking the anchor and a pause. So we're expecting either a push or a pullback and a push. So we got this right. Dollar index. Kind of not really doing much. Had kind of 3 inside days here, haven't we? Including today. Euro dollar. Same thing. A few inside days, not really going anywhere. 4-hour chart. Very corrective looking, isn't it? You know, not even a volatility, contraction through here. This is just horrible chop. Hard to trade other than very short-term scalping. The cryptos. Not really giving anything. We had the downtrend confirmed. Little pushback here. So a little fake out through here. There's the 4-hour anchor. Need to see how this plays out. But otherwise, no, not really looking for anything. Litecoin. Nice push. Expect a bit of a pullback in here. But trend is down. Bitcoin Cash still heading down. Ripple. Same thing. Ethereum. Something like a Bitcoin, isn't it? Got this little push. Gold. Gold is not bad. So we've had this little bit of slowing momentum through here. Have we had the reset? Maybe. Back to the 20. Can't break the anchor. We've got to push back above the 20. I was just a little bit hesitant with this yesterday. You probably heard me on the stream say I want to wait until this gets back above the moving averages, which it's done after a bit of a pullback. So we've got a bit of a shallow pullback in there. So that's okay. So if you do like gold and silver, look, we want to see a little bit of momentum sort of continue through here. So kind of look in there. It's had a very strong push down. So I'm just a little cautious of that. It's not really filling me with too much enthusiasm. Back to the 50% here. So on the way up, looks like in there. No, sorry. A bit higher, Gov. There. So I really want to see it, as I said in there, have a go at the 61. A little bit of a price void here. So aside from some of the trades that we had a look at yesterday, not a lot's moving. As to be expected around this time of year. welcome also to any non-members. Stream is public this week. Don't forget too, folks, the ideas section. If I can find it. Don't forget to utilise the ideas section, folks, as well. All right, so what is it that I do like? So pound, we'll have a look at that. A couple of mentions. Euro New Zealand. So this is one I liked yesterday. Break through here. Nice, huge momentum push. Pull back in here, looking for a move up. So this one was worthwhile. Marked out the 40-60 box. We had a move into it. The euro likes 50%. So we had a move into it there. And then here, anyone notice that and get on that? Stop here, entry there. Targeting there for starters. Then targeting in around the highs. So you can clearly see that's worked well. I think you said you got on board that one, multi. So this was a good one. Got to at least your first target before we had this big shakeout. That might have taken you out of break even. Yeah, good. Well done. So that was a good one. Alright, pound Oz. Still on the cards. I will go over these yen pairs too in a moment. We'll just get through this and then we will. Just be careful with the 200 on the weekly. It's right there. We're getting this coil underneath, which is great. So we can see the 4 hours right into it now. So I've had this sharp push. Right, so too sharp to take the breakout entry. There's a swing in here. If we get another one swing in there, that would be valid with a stop in there. Might even get a short-term push out of this. Because you can see we've already got our ABC on the 15-minute. So that's worth keeping an eye on. You can clearly see that on most time frames. Yeah, the first push was a little too strong. So there's the 60-minute short-term moving average. So we've got the start, got this early momentum. Well, pound Aussie will hold that for a while in there. See here? There's the 8 or the 9 EMA. There's the 20. Look, we've got this nice railway tracks. Oh, we've kind of got the start of it here. Perhaps just a tad overcooked for starters, but shorter time frames, yeah. So that was on the list yesterday. So I definitely got that risk off status again. The other one that was on the list was multi jumped in the 4 hour pullback. Okay, very good. So US CAD setting up very similar, isn't it? Dollar CAD or the loonie. Got a bit of room through here. So nice sort of nice inverted head and shoulders against resistance. Expecting the break. Getting a little bit of a wild sort of price action here, but it's so far so good. We've got an outside engulfing, so this is often an igniting bar. Drill down to the 60 minute. So we're back to the 20 here. So a nice push into it. Get a AB shallow C through here, that would be worth taking. A, B, C, worth taking before the break. Otherwise, if it kind of moves straight up, you're going to have to wait for something small in here, like a little small cup with handle. Dollar CAD. Okay, some shorts. Alright, so we had CAD yen worked well, pound CAD yen pushed by the yen. This is yesterday. So that was pushed by the yen, so was US yen, but we did look at the yen, and then the Germany 30 and the Dow 30, they worked as well, so not too bad. Let's just have a look at that yen again so you can see what I'm talking about. Alright. So those of you that were here yesterday, we spoke about this pullback in the yen. Slightly higher low, who remembers that? Breakthrough here. Oh, look at it, bang. Pretty good. So we had a little bit of a heads up, didn't we? So shorts. Let's come back to the shorts. So let me just touch on what I look for on some of these pairs. Right, so Aussie yen I got 50 pips out of that and 70 out of EJ just before. With these big climactic moves, they just tried jumping in, with a falling knife. So you've got a couple of choices here. When we've got a big move like this on the daily, right? So we've got a big wide range bar on the daily. So we haven't got our climactic like this, have we? We've got it all in one bar. Right? So consider, 2 or 3 decent bars or one wide range bar. In this case, it's a negative, a bearish wide range bar. All right. And because of the news, we're expecting some give back. All right. So in this case, rather than our daily climactics that we look for, remember we've got the daily gives us the green light with the climactic look. We drill down to the 4 hour to see where the short-term moving average is. And then we drill down to the 60 minute to see price start to get above the 20 period. And then we look for entry like that. Well, it's the same thing, but it's all happened so fast and you often don't get time to get in because a lot of times these will just give back very quickly. So some good short-term opportunities on these. So you can drill right down. Just be mindful though, when you do, just be mindful where the 20 period is, because often price will move into it and then continue a bit of another down move, shake everybody out, and then we get the V reversal. All right. So this is how I trade these. So we can see on Aussie yen, we can see the momentum starting to slow for starters. All right. So that can be one sign. And then I drill right down to the 5 minute to get my entry. Now, Notice where the anchor is here. It's right here. So look at the price action, right, down, and notice the anchor's never been taken out, but now it has. All right. So you've got entry right there. Number one, the pause bar, above the pause bar. All right. But then wait for setups now above the 20 on the 15 minute and the 5. All right. And don't be frightened like I did. I mean, I took, what did I say, 50 pips. Now, where was that on this one? I think it was right back in here. Yep. All right. Don't be frightened to take them on the shorter and take your profit. Because not all the time, do they just keep going. We'd like them to, but they often don't. All right. So look at your obstacles. So we've got the 15-minute, 20 period. Right? So that could be one that, it attacks. Notice the 60-minute. Look, the 8 is right up here. The 20 is right up here. So these are miles away. Right? But we've got the pullback now on the 5-minute, and notice, where it's come back to. All right? Now, you and I were talking about this, Justin, the Dow theory entry right there. All right? Even if you wait for the break of the anchor, it's still in that same rough location. Here's the 20 period. Right? Look, price has been consolidating at it, and then it pops through it. All right? So that's a valid entry. We've got the big momentum move. We've got the pullback in here. So you can just look for, any sort of entries that you like from here on. We've got a sharp move here on the 5-minute. So often with these sharp moves, I like the second entry here or the Dow theory entry through there. All right. But look, you can jump in here and you put your stop under here. All right. So this one here, Justin, through here is where I got in. Stop just here. All right, so pretty tight. Well, it was about 20, and I got about 50. I mean, look, you can leave it. You can go under the low if you want. All right, so big moves through here. Let it digest and let it show you another, the second sort of entry through here. Because we've got this, massive sort of weight on it here. I'm always conscious, that this could just pop up and then we get another move down. Still legitimate. So where's the 5-minute anchor? It's here now. All right, so we've got momentum on our side. All right, so there's some easy, trades here. But just remember too, there's a lot of volume going into these. So often what they will do is they'll just be unloading through here, this period. And then they'll do the basing structures as you've seen. Then we'll get a momentum push. Then we get the pullback in there. All right. So often they'll just base out. So you just got to keep your eye on it. But you just got to look for entries. When they do cover, you can see the momentum comes in, short covering. Right? Keep your eye on the various anchors. The 5-minute is the only one. Right? So the 15 minutes getting a little close on this one now. Right? So that's how I trade these very quick moves all in one go. As opposed to, the climactics that last, over a couple of days. These. All right. And you can clearly see the range that we've covered in this bar. As against even some of these climactics through here. Let's have a look at one of the bigger bars. Look, it's nothing in comparison, is it? Can you see that? Yeah, you can. See there? You know, what are we talking? Yeah, at least double the size, haven't we? So we've easily covered maybe 2.5 of those bars. So that gives us what we want to see. All right. So pick the ones also, the usual rules. Pick the ones that have tagged, support. All right. So they're worth an attempt, but just let them play out. All right? Because trust me, you'll get enough time when the short covering comes in. You'll get enough time to get in. Even if you've got to wait, you'll get enough time to enter. All right? So don't be too hasty. So that's Aussie yen. Let's have a look. Sorry, I missed one. CAD yen. CAD yen being attached to oil. It was already downtrending, look. That's why I liked it out of the suggestion yesterday. But CAD yen, it's really nowhere, is it? We've got this big price void through here as well. Look. So it's probably, my least favourite. Anchor there. So it's tried to break the 15-minute anchor. Look. Five-minute. There you go, multi-spirits. 5-minute anchor break, ignite, pause bar, little move there. Initial stop, bring your stop up to there as soon as you get one decent momentum bar. So it was my least favourite. Yeah, very good, multi. All right, so Swiss yen's a good one. Look, it's right at support on the daily. I won't include these because they're probably going to be more shorter term setups. But Swiss yen is kind of at a decent level. Well, same thing. There's the 15-minute anchor. All right, so we've tried that anchor break. All right, we don't know how these will play out, but we could easily get the the inverted head and shoulders through here. All right. Yeah, there's another one. So EJ was the other one that I got on board. Look, support on the daily. $15-minute anchors right up here. 5-minute. All right, so when you look through here as well, how many many higher lows like this did we see? Not many. Right, so that was my entry on that one, I think around there. Yeah, there you go. So that was 75 pip move, so I got most of that, almost the whole lot. So notice here, look, we're getting another pullback on the 5 minute. Remember what I said about waiting for that second entry, so it'd be worth looking for something in there. Stop through there. What will that be on the 5 minute? I reckon that's about 22. Oh no, miles out. 42. Alright, so if they're going to go, the price will start to move. Just be conscious where that 15 MA is. It's right here. We could also get the squeeze into that MA. Pound yen. Not quite as good. I have a feeling there's the 60 minute. Alright, so the 15 minute. Okay, so this is running along it, so that's not bad. Looks like the anchor might be right there, maybe. Alright, so there's the 15 minute. Well, if we've waited until it's breached, alright, so there we go. Look on the 5 minute. Not too bad. Right. Seek entry around a break of B again. Right. So always look for a price action setup. Right. It's above a rising 20. You get the drift. You get the idea. Look, New Zealand, I was looking at this before. This is a good one too. See? All right, big move. Huge move. 300 pips. And we only want 70 or 100. All right, see what it's doing? It's just running along it. Being short term, may be responding more to a 21 EMA. Let's have a look. No, I was wrong. Maybe a 20. No. Alright, scrap that. Alright. So you see we're getting very similar. Wait for it to come to you. And even if you end up, entering in this area here, there's a lot of room here. It may take you a couple of attempts to get in. Nice weak pullback again. There you go, multi. There's a classic look. Anchor break, entry, initial stop, momentum bar. Bring your stop under there. So some good opportunities, folks. Dollar yen we liked. We liked short, anyway. So a big move on it. It's kind of in no man's land, but you know, this is worthy again. Don't rule out another spike either. Well, this is not quite as good. And if you know how to, take some partial profits on the way and try and get the big moves as well. All right, some shorts. Aussie dollar. Weekly uptrend, just pulling back. Daily has broken the anchor here. Nice push on that news. 4-hour chart. Anchor. Downtrend. Nice little support. Just sitting there. So look for any setup. Look for any setup in here. So we might get another, couple of bars pull back and then a bearish engulfing. Right, we've got this big shakeout bar. So just look for any setup to get short. Aussie CAD as well. It's sitting on the anchor. Sorry, daily anchor's there. It's just sitting on support. Very similar. Same again, shakeout. Look for any setup, pre-distribution pop, or some sort of pullback in here that gives you enough room. So we're just looking for continued momentum. There's the shake on that news. And the other one is New Zealand dollar. New Zealand and Aussie a lot of times move together. Difference with the New Zealand here is we had a massive push on the weekly. Tested resistance. Trying to break the daily anchor through here. A little bit of room here. So very similar, we've got this structure through here. You can make a case for a head and shoulders. Neckline through there. We've got a bit sharper trend line through here. Testing. So look for any setup in there. Same again. Or if it pops, any sort of pullback in here. So we've got some of the detail we want to see. The sharp moves through here. Weak pullback, stalling price action, big push. So that's what I'm seeing, folks. So still a need to be very selective in this week. But some good opportunities. Still very much risk off. So just let the trades come to you. Especially those reversals on the yen pairs. These others, if you don't need to trade, probably best not. Otherwise, trade safe. And let's see what we do get. So there is opportunity, as we said before, but just pick your battles carefully, folks. All right, everyone. Take care. Trade safe, and we'll talk to you tomorrow for Workshop Wednesday. Now, if anyone does want to do a quick trade review with me as well tomorrow, just let me know. Those of you that know how to get in contact with me, just let me know, and we can do a trade review session where you pull the trade apart, incorporating market structure and what you're seeing, with the trade, and we can do a bit of a quasi lesson. So got some good feedback on our last one with Justin. So we'll do more of these, folks, because it's good learning to be had. All right, folks, take care and talk to you tomorrow. Bye for now.